On behalf of all of us supporting this event, I hope you have as much fun as everybody else.
I will. Thank you, Neil.
All right, lights starting to go on here in the Red Baron Motorcycles 125, 250 combined race. Away they go. And it's the Pulsar that gets away well, but no one gets better than Regan Phibbs, and he will lead them going down into turn one, I would think. We'll have a look as they begin their approach into that off-camber turn. Through they go, and it is Phibbs in the front. Blaze Heaven goes back into second place now. As under the pedestrian bridge they go, we're just tracking them as they work their way down the long back straight here at Hampton Downs, and then it's into the Foster's hairpin. Real braking performance from these 125s and 250s combined, and it is Regan Phibbs in the front as they work their way through that 180-degree right-hander and head out towards Foster's, should I say Swampy's curves, and then into the big notorious corner here on the extension to the track, and that is the double B, the double bastard. So Phibbs in the front. It looks like Heaven through in second. Then I think we go back to Jason Hearn. So that's pretty much the way they started. As they come a little bit closer now, we will see what is going on. Here they are coming in and out into the double B and out the other side. And if anything, Neil, it looks to me like Regan Phibbs has just extended that lead just a little wee bit. We get a great look at it as they go down into the higher pool hairpin. And yeah, he's just started to clear away, heading up towards the hairpin. The Porsche Dipper, big part of the crowd. We'll get a good look at them here as they work their way through for the first of, I think, what is 6 laps?
Indeed, in a Porsche Dipper, what a fantastic part of the circuit this, when they come out wide and take that run down the short inside straight, go down towards turn 10. It's had a few different names, but we'll call it the ITM corner. That's the one that I've liked. ITM have been a supporter of that, and you always, when you have a look down there, you can see how busy the motorway is, as well as how much traffic's going past. But of course, don't you notice, Phil, every time of course you drive past here, you always have a look anyway, don't you?
Yeah,
See,
you do,
what's on today at Hampton Downs, no matter whether it's any time of the day or night. I've even seen the go-karts as have gone past the road as well, so that's fantastic to see. Here we are, folks, looking forward to the first one. If I was looking how close we go, oh, look at that. Blaze Heaven, how good is that? No, Regan might have him back. He's got him back. Got him back on the inside. And it's incredible. But I'll tell you what, Blaze made it happen where he needed to, because he made it happen just before the line. So effectively stole the lead meters before the line, but then he lost it going into the corner because he was a little bit too hot. So how good's that from Regan? Now, I want to see those two bikes on the dyno as well, Phil, because take the advantage. One's a Moto3 bike, the other's just a development bike. So Blaze has got that advantage with the more advanced motorcycle. But this man, Regan Phibbs, and you'll see his name crop up in other classes as well, he's just a fun-loving guy who gets into motorcycling. And what he's doing on this IMD 250 is just outstanding. So courtesy of the doctor, Chris Bagshaw, sorry, my apologies, Steve Bagshaw, Dr. Steve, and to Biggles Racing, what a great effort out there, and a leading example of how we can see guys that have done development, got their bike to perform and put a good pilot on board, and just what you can achieve in racing. And the two 250s now starting to steal the advantage, which, Phil, of course, is what's happened in the world, as we see Moto3, of course, has taken the place of the old 125s on a global basis.
It's certainly what we expected, but it is Blaze Heaven now in the front from Regan Phibbs. Blaze Heaven on Team BSP, this new team that's come about in the last 3 or 4 months and covered themselves in glory. Certainly doing it at the moment here in the second race of the day. 125, the Grand Prix, and the 250s combined here at Hampton Downs. They're working their way down into the Dipper. In fact, just coming out of the Dipper now, so no change as they head down into the Pirelli ITM Pirelli sweeper at the bottom end of the circuit. And if anything, it looks like Heaven has just started to increase that lead. We'll have a look as they come through to complete what has been a pretty exciting lap here at Hampton Downs. Pit boards come out for the respective riders. Will it be Heaven? Yes, it will. On the BSP bike, getting as zero as possible. There is Regan Phibbs through in second place. And we go back to Jason Hearn. And then it would be Dan Jenkins through, and then the next one would be Mark Robinson. We talked about his great performance at Pyro just a couple of weeks ago. Well, he's added to that here at Hampton Downs. Fastest man on the racetrack at the moment, a 1:46.708 for Heaven, and that's appreciably quicker than the 1:48.4 of that previous lap for Regan Phibbs. So that's why that advantage is just starting to grow just a little wee bit as we watch it, Neil.
Racing brought to us by Red Baron, #1 for Yamaha, Kawasaki and MV Augusta road bikes. We organise your finance package to suit your needs. Nationwide delivery available. Lamb's Bike Specialist. Support for new riders. Special discounts. Free training. All second-hand bikes come with a free AA roadside assistance for the first year. Now, that's putting faith in the bike you're selling, because you know it's not going to break down. I like that one. All second-hand bikes are fully serviced, and they have complete their chassis adjustment inspection. So great to see. Red Baron second-hand bikes come with free 3-month, 3,000 kilometre. Conditions apply, huge range of parts and accessories available. Full workshop with mechanics qualified, and they just do so much more. Buy and trade in with the #1 bike shop. Proud to support our NZSBK today at 299 Great North Road, Newland in Auckland. It is Yamaha, Rev Shahad and Kawasaki from Red Baron Motorcycles.
Well, coming out of the Porsche Dipper and heading down to the bottom end of the circuit, it is Heaven. He's just extended that lead just a little bit more over Regan Phibbs. The real racing is probably for 4th and 5th, 6th and 7th at the moment. There's 4 bikes going at it like there's no tomorrow. Jason Hearn is there, Dan Jenkins is there, Mark Robinson is there, and Kane just tagging onto the end of that bunch as well as the leader begins to climb the hill here at Hampton Downs to complete another lap. Let's see what the time is this time round. 1:46.7 last time through, 1:46.3, so he goes faster. He extends that lead to over 4 seconds now over Regan Phibbs. 3rd place across the line, no change. Still Jason Hearn, 1:49.527, his best lap, but a little off the pace of what we saw earlier. Behind him, Dan Jenkins from Christchurch, probably a little bit unfamiliar with the circuit here at Hampton Downs, but still a fighting 4th with a best lap of 1:50.074.
Well, the other key factor is, of course, we're talking about Blaze out there at Team BSP, but you realise Nicky Smith, Team BSP as well, along, of course, with Jason Hearn, the man in 3rd place in there, and Scott Topping, the Australian rider, joining us. They're all Team BSP, and when you see them set up in the pits, they're certainly taking professionalism to another era, and great to see with their 125 campaign, and, of course, that Moto3 bike as well.
Well,
so
just the fact that they've got a Moto3 bike here in New Zealand, it made all the headlines, didn't it? The social media, the computers lit up when we heard about that.
Yeah, great to see indeed. But hey, look at their lineup. You know, white shirts are normally only reserved for business people or others of us, but that's what they market with a white shirt. Anybody else has a team shirt, and of course they'll pick another colour. You've got to be brave to pick white, and I think that's the perfection that they're looking for with their team, and it's replicated in the quality of their machine presentation, their pits. Go and check them out, and also with them on the racetrack. Blaze Heaven, he is certainly blazing up heaven here at the moment as he leads with a great lead at this stage. Blaze Heaven from Regan Phibbs, and in that group that you've picked on as well, and the one I'm looking at too is Zane Agate. Watch for Zane on that. In fact, look at that. You watch when he comes past this time. He's going to be the big winner of that. I think he's jumped up to 3 places.
Yeah,
so look for him to go up there. I think he's going to be running in about 5th next time around. So he's had a shocking start, but he's made a good catch up for it. He's an excavator operator out of Oamaru, but he's working in the South Canterbury region at the moment, and told me his stats about how much dirt he's been moving on his beloved excavator when I was with him down south for the earlier 2 rounds. So all-round nice guy, Zane Agate. So look for him to fly. His father was a very competent road racer as well, so take nothing away from him. So look for Zane. He should be the big mover out of this package. He'll be the second one coming past. That should be him in the update as he goes through there now. And Chris Kane. No, Chris Kane. That was my apologies. Got it wrong. Still with Mark. Still with Campbell and Zane. He's only moved the 1 place. He only moved 1. Just the way he looked on the corner, I thought he'd made the big move, but wasn't to be. But as we talked about, Mark Robinson there, Campbell Grayling. Campbell looked for another new track to get 125 experience. Now you got people like Mark and Campbell and Zane in good 125 racing. They can be up to the front, and they're struggling to hit the top 5. So we've got a quality field here, courtesy of Red Baron Motorcycles.
Well, we sure have, and Heaven has increased that lead even more significantly. It's out to 6.2 seconds on that last lap, but still the battle is 5th, 6th and 7th. Kane is in it, Mark Robinson is in it, Campbell Grayling is in it as well. They're just making their way into the new side, or the new section of the circuit, just down through Swampy's Curve, so they're heading towards the double B, and then they'll rejoin the existing national circuit. And a lot of riders were complaining yesterday about the track surface changes there, and they just couldn't quite get the bike dialed in the way they wanted to. But a man that's dialed in perfectly as he just rockets up the hill heading towards the Porsche Dipper is Blaze Heaven. His last lap of 1:46.2, so he's improved. I think the second lap, because we don't count the first one because it's a standing start, was like a 1:49. He's nearly chopped 3 seconds off that now. So a brilliant performance from the man from Auckland on the Honda, the Team BSP Motor Oil sponsored machine. He is in command of this one as he crosses the stripe again. 1 lap to go in the Red Baron Motorcycles 125 250 race combined. It's race 2 on the program here of day 1 of the Mike Perry Real Estate Motorfest. It is the penultimate round of the New Zealand Superbike Road Racing Championship. Here is the man in...
No, I think Regan Phipps. I'm seeing Regan now. Here's an update. I think Regan's gone off.
Yes,
he went off down the bottom. We're catching an update here, courtesy of Ctas Live. And I'm unsure he was definitely off the side of the track, but I don't think he was off the bike. I can't see a mark out in the kitty litter, but he'd definitely gone up the high vis, the high fluoro that we can see with his bike, and he was right off the track there. He has lost a significant amount of placings. So look for a change there. We're going to see a big difference there. 16.5 seconds. That's a huge amount of time. So the challenge has gone. Regan Phipps off the tracks, rejoined the race. He's going to struggle to make the top three.
Yeah, he's not going to recover from that. So Jason Hearn's the new man in second place from Whangarei, but it's all the Blaze Heaven show at the moment. He is, well over 10 seconds lead now as we look for him to take the checkered flag. There's one of the lap riders just going through there, having a bit of trouble there. That was Scott Topping out of Australia. But we look for our race winner, and I don't think we'll have to look too much further as we track him on the cameras here at Hampton Downs. Checkered flag is getting ready to be raised. 1:45.891, so he hasn't slowed down any at all, and he's going to win this one pretty comfortably, I would think, as he works his way through the Porsche Dipper and down onto the little short chute here at Hampton, down to the bottom end of the circuit, the Pirelli Sweeper. It's going to be a very convincing performance here for Blaze Heaven. Now, I know you're good with the calculator, Neil. What's this going to do for the championship? There he is. Checkered flag comes out. Blaze Heaven wins it. Gets the 25 maximum points.
In fact, yeah, points are going to be something quite crucial because Regan Phipps, not the best to run. He had he's actually had 2 DNFs at the other 2 rounds. So although this one won't be a DNF, it'll be a drop right back. Let's look out for Jason. He'll take the next place. So Team BSP take the Quinella, they take the 1, they take the 2. Here's the next fight back coming from those boys. And
Dan Jenkins goes through in 3rd place out of Christchurch, so that is a good result.
Yeah, in fact, I'll be looking to see actually. Well, here's Regan. Here he is finally. So he does make it. That will be for Regan. Oh, 7th place. So hey, Zane did get up there. So he did get up, make the move, and